Hey guys, welcome back to today's episode. So today, didn't go as planned, but I'm not gonna give up. I saw the rest of the month. It was a bit of a loss, but nothing too crazy. I think my decision making wasn't was there. It was good, but the outcome didn't really, uh, really correlate with the decision making, which might not always, happen. Sometimes you can think that this is a really good decision to make, where you take the trade in the stock and then all of a sudden flushes, or you can't even get out. And that was the case with one of the stocks that did went up, and I was up on the day, but then I couldn't get out. So I saw the profit on my Charles Schwab, and then I would try to get out, but my order wasn't being filled because a lot of people were selling before me. So it's a bit frustrating. But we're gonna go into our first trade. SMTK. SMTK pops up on the scanner, and I see this thing immediately squeeze up. I see 2 million float, and there is news. The news didn't really say anything crazy. They just had an agreement with another company for AI and a computer. It's very vague. I didn't look into it. I just saw it spike up, and I waited for a pullback. So as soon as it pulled back right here, but one of the things is that this is actually trading on light volume. I didn't really, give a chance to really. Maybe I took only starter position, only 100 shares. I saw it go up, saw it squeeze back down. I took a trade around here, and I stopped out and lost $30. So it is what it is. It was just a quick trade. It immediately popped up on the scanner, so I thought it was gonna be, squeezing up pretty high. So then our next trade, SUGP. SUGP. This is a Hong Kong stock. Okay, so this was a little bit frustrating because earlier in the morning it was doing really really well. It was not doing well in the morning. I mean, it was kind of like stagnant, stable, and then all of a sudden at the open it squeezes up, so it kind of gave me a bit FOMO. But I took my first trades right here, so I saw it pop up. I took a trade here. I saw it squeeze back down. I added, went up, squeezes back down again. I add right here, and I'm looking at the 1 minute chart as well. So it's a bit choppy. As you can see, look at these candles. It's not really going anywhere. It's like, I wasn't too sure about this. So with my first trade, well, I got, I believe I got profit. So I got $23. So it wasn't that much profit. It wasn't really going parabolic as what I was hoping it would go for. And, it sold off and then went up higher and sold off again. At the open, just starts ripping to 180. And then, man, it just, I don't know. It put in some good moves after, but it was a small winner. So I was like, okay, small base hit. We're down $7 on the day. Next trade, BCTX. Okay, I've traded BCTX before in the past. I felt really confident, and this has kind of frustrated me a little bit earlier this morning. And yeah, even though I was down $7 on the day, I still felt comfortable taking the size. As long as I'm not down immediately, like a couple hundred, then I'm not gonna lose confidence. Getting that initial icebreaker is gonna help me take more trades. That way, I'll be able to pull the trigger and hesitate less. So I was okay with already being down $7. I was like, oh, that's not bad. Okay, but this is where the problem came in. So this squeezes up, and what was the news? News headline. So they sustained a complete resolution on lung metastasis in BRIA cancer study. So, this is a biotech stock, pharmaceutical, biotech, whatever, medical. So it squeezes up. I wait for it to go back down. I start adding. I get in at $3. I'm in at $3. Squeezes back up. Sells off again. Squeezes back up. I try to get out right here. So this is my problem. Sometimes you're not always gonna get out. Once it squeezes up, and it immediately rejects down. When you hit your sell button, or when I try to hit my sell, I'm gonna get filled right here. And then I was hoping to get filled at the top, but I didn't, and it sold off and went down. And I was like, okay, now I'm not in a profit because the bid and the ask spread were a bit wide. It wasn't like 2 cents. So if I'm purchasing an ask order, which is what I'm buying, it's going to be higher than the bid order, initially, before it goes up. So I get on at $3. So when I'm in at $3, right, I'm hoping for the bid, which is what I'm going to sell at. I'm hoping for that bid to be a lot higher. I saw the bid at 340, and I was like, wow. And I was in 200 shares, so I was up already $80, and then boom, just flushes down. And I'm like, okay, it didn't get filled at where I wanted to. And realistically, I could have gotten out 318, 319, but I didn't take it. It was quick. I was hoping for another bounce back up, and it just kept going down further and further. And so since my entry was $3, I have to be already at 10 cents. The moment I hit 290 should have been my stop loss, but I didn't get out at that price. I'll tell you where I got out. So we lost $64 on the day. So I lost $64, and I got out at 270. So that's 20 cents more than my stop loss. So I am still working on my discipline. So I need to, really be able to get a grip on just getting out 10 cents, because had I got 20 at 10 cents, it would have been $20. 20 versus $60. I need to lose less. I'm allowing these losses to incur, and that's not okay. And it's, I was hoping for this to bounce back up. It did try to make a, push back up right here, and then no, it just kind of sank, and I was like, huh, that's odd. And it just didn't do anything from there, it didn't just say it. So I'm glad I got out sooner than I did. I mean, there were days when I would just hold, and then I'd wait till the open. I'm like, damn, this thing's not squeezing up. You can never see, this is what happens when you hold. I didn't hold for that much longer. I mean, I held for 6 minutes. I give it some time. Lately, I've been giving my trades a little bit more time just to see if I can pull out more profit, because I feel like when I get in, get out, it's a good thing, but then sometimes I leave a lot more profit on the table. And sometimes if I, am able to work on extending my profits, I feel like I can have a bigger cushion. But I'm going to take what I can get and learn from it. Last trade of the day, CLDI. So CLDI, this was a penny stock. I didn't have that much left to trade. I had a little bit over $200 to trade. I saw this penny stock go up, and then what do you know? So it doesn't go up when I trade in, but later it does. Typical, right? So we're going to look at this. And yeah, this was a B quality setup, but there was some news. What was the news? So let's see. In the morning, 4 a.m. So right here. Actually, no, there was no news. It was up on the scanner. That's what I remember. There was no news, but it was up on the scanner, and it was squeezing up, making it move right here in the AM, right around here. Yeah. So I saw this starting to move, and I was like, okay, this is getting some attention, and it was squeezing up. I get in around, my trade is 77 cents, and I wanted to keep a tighter stop loss. I didn't want to get out, for a bigger loss. So getting at 73, and what time was this at? This was around, 4:30 in the morning. So around here, I try getting in, and then it flushes down, keeps going down, went under 70. And at this point, like when it comes to a penny stock, I'm not gonna take the chance that it's gonna bounce up, and it did. What do you know? But hey, I could have got out at 69 cents, 68, 67 versus, yeah, I got out at a, higher loss or less of a loss. I got in around 76, 77 cents, and then got out 73, 74. And yeah, what do you know? The next like 15 minutes, it goes up to $90. It would have softened my loss a little bit. And then at the open too, all the way up to 157. So I don't know. The market's been a bit weird, but I'm not gonna make an excuse, for my trading. It's all because of me. There's always opportunities to make money in the market, and it's always your fault if you lose, and always your fault if you win. You have to own it up. And see, SUGP was up. It was a Chinese stock, but it was the top leading gainer. And I was like, wow, it was already up, I think, over 120% at the time. So I was like, I'm going to take this risk. I have to be okay with that. 200 million shares trading. That's really good. So the market's still hot, but what's going on? So I feel like what is going on, maybe I am not giving enough trades a chance to let it, confirm the volume, confirm that this is going to break, its new high or its previous high for that morning, and really get that momentum that I'm looking for. There was a stock EVOK. EVOK showed up on the scanner, and I was already trying to go back to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep, so yeah, it's kind of sucked. But lately it's just been hot. That's why I'm wearing a tank top, because it's too hot. It's like almost 100 degrees here. I live in Southern California. It's super hot sometimes. So yeah, look, so EVOK, this popped up around 5:30 in the morning, and immediately from $3 all the way to 4, and then to 5, and then to 6, and then to 8. Like, holy shit! Like, but these moves are taking like 30 minutes. This is a 1 minute chart, or 20 minutes. It pops up around 8:40 or 5:40, and it's not done till 6:02. I mean, you're not really gonna hold 20 minutes. You're gonna hold probably till here. This is still good profit. This is already $200. Had I taken this, maybe it would have been $200 a day. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it is what it is, honestly. I'm just grateful to be trading. And I'm not, my losses aren't really, washing away my previous gains from the month. Okay, I'm still up from last month. So it's okay. I'm looking at it from that side. I am down $300 though on the month. So that's not okay, not too great start, but I know this can be made back pretty quickly. I'm down $78 on the day, and we're going to see what Thursday and Friday gives us. I just got to be careful, take my base hits, and slowly work my way up. This to me, I feel confident in making it back up and becoming profitable this month, and that's the goal. I got to be profitable every month. As long as you're green, right? Even if it's $100, it's still adding to your base. And this is experience too. This is not even a full year of trading. Once I hit September, it'll be a full year of trading with real funds. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and yeah, good luck tomorrow. See you guys later.